dead homie, this nigga.
Turtle.
Oh shit.
Who is that?
That's the level 5 nigga, brother with the grills.
Get on! Get on!
Better back the fuck up.
Get the thing!
Hit him! Shake!
I was just talking about a chain being snatched, y'all. But this one is really a gang affiliated. The gang member also had the baby there the whole time. And they did this all at the courthouse. Watch the clips.
Yeah, what, brother? You said what? Yeah. With the whole chain, though, nigga. Ah, yeah.
EBK Leebo! Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you what to do. You gotta snitch. How do I tell you? He already told, look, that's your chain right there. He's showing it right here. Look. He's showing your chain. But you gotta call the police. Call whoever you gotta call. And instead of buying your chain back, call the police on his ass, bro. Gucci Man did it. Everybody snitching. So call the police and do what you gotta do. Cause you go to jail. And you can lock this nigga up for child endangerment. Book him. He did all that with a baby sleep in the car. He locked his ass up, bro. Call the fucking police. He said, tell him post that. Tell him call the police on that.
When a group starts gaining real attention, numbers going up, names ringing, people tuning in, that's when everything changes. It's not just supporters watching anymore. Now you've got critics watching, competitors watching, and people who are just waiting on the right moment to test you. That's something a lot of people don't fully understand in the beginning. Because clout doesn't just bring opportunity, it brings pressure. And once you reach a certain level, you're no longer moving like a regular person. Whether you like it or not, people recognize you, people study your habits, and people pay attention to where you go and how you move. Especially in a city that's smaller and more connected, where everybody knows everybody and circles overlap constantly. That's where awareness becomes one of the most important skills you can have. A lot of people think awareness just means looking around or being on edge all the time. But it's deeper than that. Awareness is about understanding your environment before anything even happens. It's walking into a place and immediately noticing who's there, what feels normal, and what feels off. It's knowing where the exits are without having to search for them. It's recognizing when energy shifts in a room, even if nobody says a word. And most importantly, it's knowing when it's time to leave before a situation even has the chance to develop. Because the truth is, the smartest move isn't always standing your ground. A lot of times, the smartest move is avoiding the situation entirely. Another thing people overlook is how dangerous routine can be. Doing the same things, going to the same places, at the same times. It might feel comfortable, but it also makes you predictable. And predictability creates opportunities for the wrong kind of attention. Most situations don't just randomly happen. They happen because patterns get noticed. People pay attention long enough to figure out when you're around, where you usually are, and how you move. That's why switching things up is important. Different routes, different timing. Being more private about your movements. Not everything needs to be shared in real time, because once people can predict you, you're no longer in full control of your situation. Now let's talk about another reality. Not everybody moves the same way. Some people think long-term. Some people think about consequences. Some people are focused on building something. And then there are others who move purely off impulse. They act fast without thinking things through. They react instead of planning. And that creates an unpredictable environment. But here's the important part. You don't win by becoming just as reckless. Because once you start moving without discipline, you lose control too. And when control is gone, mistakes start happening. In the short term, reckless behavior can look like it's working. It's loud, it gets attention, it creates moments people talk about. But over time, discipline always wins. The people who last the longest are the ones who move with intention, avoid unnecessary problems, and protect what they've built. Because real success isn't just about having moments, it's about maintaining progress. Environment plays a huge role in all of this too. In a smaller city, you don't get much separation. You're more likely to cross paths with people you'd rather not see. You're more likely to be recognized, and situations can develop faster than expected. That means your level of awareness has to be higher. You can't move careless in a place where everything is connected. You have to move smart. And then there's the pressure that comes with attention. The more your name grows, the more people feel like they have something to prove. They want a moment, or they want to be part of your story in some way. That's why it's important to ask yourself, are you moving like someone who has something to lose? Because once you've built momentum, the goal changes. It's not just about getting there anymore. It's about staying there. Winning isn't what a lot of people think it is. It's not about reacting to everything. It's not about proving something in every moment. Winning is about staying focused, staying out of unnecessary situations, and continuing to move forward. The hardest thing to do in a high-pressure environment is to stay disciplined when everything around you is trying to pull you in a different direction. Because once you lose control of how you move, you're no longer making decisions, you're just reacting. And that's when people start losing everything they worked for.